Hey, what's happening? What's happening? I thought I'd do something different. I'll talk nutrition because people have been asking me what exactly I eat. What the hell do you eat, Romeo? What do you put in that body day after day? Well, it varies from time to time because a variation of food, a little variety in your diet is probably key to keeping some interest, and not just keeping interest, but keeping your system kind of well nourished, because if you tend to eat that same thing each and every day, all the 4 or 5 meals that you probably eat, sometimes, believe it or not, you can develop a food sensitivity that will be detrimental to your progress. So you don't want that. In the meantime, while we're just doing this, I'm just going to go through a workout. You can catch up on a few of these exercises. And while I'm talking some nutrition, we can go back and forth on everything here as I go to some shrugs. I usually don't eat first thing in the morning. And actually later, I don't eat either. I'm waiting till around, I guess about 2 o'clock in the afternoon normally to have my first meal. Now that's kind of out of the box. Most people aren't into fasting like that, but it works for me. And for what's happening with me right now as far as anything's concerned, health-wise and this type of thing, it's working the best for me. I'm not putting as much food into me as I was in the past, and it works pretty well. And what exactly do I eat? I eat grass and other weeds I find on the ground. No, I don't do that. I pretty much try to eat whole foods. I was vegan for a good long time, before the shooter of this video even knew me, as a matter of fact. But I felt there was time to incorporate some animal protein. So I abandoned veganism for a short time. Doesn't mean I can't go back, but as of right now, I do eat animal protein, pretty much the basics: chicken, turkey, very little beef, fish. I do get that fish in the can, that good tuna, maybe not the standard brands, but the off brands, the smaller brands, the brands that are made a little bit better. I do use those, and I don't eat as frequently as I once ate. I used to go into a panic if I didn't get a protein source every 3 hours. You've been through that, where you feel, if I don't get some protein in here, I'm going to go nuts. I'm going to start shrinking. I'm not feeding the muscles properly. But that's not the case. In fact, very little protein will do it for you. Now, you hear many schools of thought. You hear many people go back and forth on protein intake, how much is good, how much is adequate. I don't do that because I go by feel. I can only probably process about 20-25 grams of protein each sitting. So to eat more than maybe 6 ounces, maybe 4 or 6 ounces of chicken or turkey or fish would be counterproductive for me, because I can process that small amount and wait till next time to maybe incorporate some more protein. Now, as far as roughage and your vegetable intake is concerned, every meal you probably should be eating vegetables. I don't. Not all the time, because just the function of the day doesn't allow me to do that. I'm doing other things that aren't available to me. I'm not in a place where I can prepare them. All of these factors factor into not being able to prepare an ideal meal each and every time, but you can always carry some almonds and cashews and walnuts with you, combine them with fruit for a small snack. Think about everything you eat as a meal. Now, what I mean by that, every little thing you put into your body, whether it be a snack, is in effect a meal in of itself. So if you're eating small snacks, they are actually small meals. You have to incorporate them wisely throughout the day in order to have that body working the way it should. I find that when you grab a dumbbell and you still try to talk, it's not that easy. Let me swing this up into position before we go any further. Now, and again, I'm at a point where I do anything I want to do in any given workout. I'm not just concentrating on muscle groups. I'm not going by a standard procedure of chest and arms one day, back and legs the next day. I'm just randomly working that body, keeping myself athletic, keeping myself going the best way I can. As you know, I'm no spring chicken. Appearances to the contrary. I've been on the earth 60 years. I intend to stay on it, maybe 60 more. Is that possible? Incorporating the barbell, a little stiff-legged deadlift, always a good movement. I don't like to slam that baby down, but sometimes you have no choice. Stay athletic, stay limber, stay flexible. That's the way to do it. Functional muscularity. Functional muscularity. Can I move? Can I exert myself without panting? Can I participate in sports? Can I do everyday tasks like lifting and things that one must do to facilitate the day? Those are the questions you have to ask yourself when you're training. It's my idea of functional training. Staying fit, not necessarily being too huge that I cannot move, that I cannot function, that I can't play a game of pickup basketball that I still love to play to this day. That's what it's all about. Oh my goodness. My goodness. I'm going to sign off. I'm going to see you tomorrow. Please subscribe. Ralph Romeo Fitness. We do it every day, just about anyway. See you tomorrow.